It's survey time. Who here on YouTube came to see the NCP, the All Black Express? Survey says one more for the good guys. Let's get into it. Alright, AEW has too many fucking belts. Plain and simple. Now I had to make a video because I heard about this shit this week. Apparently at Full Gear, they're going to introduce the AEW National Championship. I'm like, it's like, enough's enough. Like, you just introduced a women's tag team belt, like, a few weeks ago, when you're still trying to determine who's going to be the first inaugural champions, which should be either Willow or Harley or Sisters of Sin. That be Sky Blue, the real Cora Jade, and Julia Hart. Just saying, one of those tag teams need to win, right? Because they deserve it the most. But now this shit, this national championship with the Casino Gauntlet match at Full Gear, we're going to have another champion on this oversaturated show. So let's break this down Barney style. All the championships here on AEW. Alright, you have the AEW World Championship, got the AEW Women's World Championship, got the AEW Unified Championship, which needs to say unified, because on their website they have the Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada, as both the Continental and International Champion. So does that imply that when he loses the belt eventually, that they're going to revert it back to the Continental and International belts? I hope not. Because if we're being honest, there shouldn't be a Continental Championship in the first fucking place. And then this year, they had like a Owen Hart Championship they gave to CE No, this Mercedes Ultimo Monet. Alright. Speaking of which, TBS champion, alright, got the AEW Tag Team Champions, got the AEW Trios Tag Team Champions, and you got the TNT Championship. Now, in addition, you have the Women's Tag Team Championships coming up, and now the National Championship, on top of Ultimo Monet's 12 titles that she has in total. Right, so you have over, 20 belts being showcased on this fucking show, and not to mention the involvement of ROH, Ring of Honor, in their championships. The Ring of Honor World Championship, the Ring of Honor Women's World Championship, the Ring of Honor Pure Champion, Ring of Honor World TV Champion, the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions, the Ring of Honor World Six-Man Tag Team Champions, the Ring of Honor Women's World TV Champion, and I guess there's an interim champion between Red Velvet and Mercedes Monet, I guess. I don't fucking know. Like, I tried to cover ROH one time, and that shit got, no views. Matter of fact, people on here, they're like, don't cover ROH. They said, don't fucking do it. Because I'm like, hey, say less. And there's no Ring of Honor Women's Pure Champion right now. So, all in all, there's too many fucking belts. Too many champions walking around here. Like, you get a belt, you get a belt, you get a belt. The less belts you have, the more significance it means when you win those belts. You understand? Less means more in this case. Alright? There's too many fucking belts. There's too many people walking around with titles, and these titles don't mean anything. You know what I mean? Well, at least I'll say this. Alright? At least in AEW, they're, more often than not defending their belts, unlike in WWE, where they're just introduced random titles and then they're champion for months on end and have maybe 2 or 3 title defenses and call it a day. You think we're gonna call that a fucking championship reign? Garbage. Absolute garbage. But the fact is, there's too many fucking belts. Too many champions right now. And I know Ultimo Monet is going on a legendary run right now, and I'm not going to break down all 12 of her belts because really, I don't give a fuck. To be honest with you. Alright? It's like the only reason I don't have her as like the women's worst wrestler here in 2025 is because the belts that I didn't want her to win the most, she did it as of now, right? Because she'll have that match at Full Gear against Stacklander, which is a possibility she could go over and beat her. You know, but as of right now, I don't have Mercedes Moné as the worst here in 2025. Right? I'm not a fan, but I'm not necessarily a hater as well. I'm like, I've always been indifferent when it comes to Osama Moné, Sasha Banks, Mercedes Moné, where the fuck she wants to call herself. Now, if you're up to me, I would get rid of the TBS Championship, the TNT Championship, and the Trios titles immediately, and the Unified Belt. Get it out of here. Adios. Alright? You know, keep the world titles. You know, fine, you want to do a women's tag team belts? Sure. Alright, so you got the tag team belts, that's 4, alright? And then you do like the mid-card belts, which is like give one to the women and one to the men. Which they could just do like the AEW World TV Championship, like we do with ROH. You know, one for the men, one for the women. Alright, and then maybe, just maybe, I'll throw in a fucking Cruiserweight Championship, because like damn near like 80% of that roster are Cruiserweights, so fuck it, why not? You know what I mean? That's it. That's all the fucking belts you need. And even then, someone will argue like, that's too much. But I'll take that over this. What the fuck they got going on right now? Alright? And then now you have Mike Mondo, who come to find out was Mikey from Spirit Squad. Mike Mondo, you know, who is like probably in best shape of his career, you know, was now the NWA National Championship, beating Mims. So that's a spoiler. Come to find out, I guess he called out Con Man and AEW on X or Instagram or social media, right? Talking about there's only one national championship. Now listen, I know people are speculating, you know, like, oh, they would love to see AEW versus NWA. Absolutely not. All right, NWA is fine doing their own thing. I enjoy NWA for what it is. No, the only thing they really need is like a solid TV deal besides that Roku shit, right? And that's about it. All right, you know, they have a good roster. I like what they're doing down there. All right, I don't want to see them mingle with fucking AEW, because look how they treated TNA. All right, again, it's very telling how, you know, we see all these talents from CMLL and Stardom, you know, coming through, but we never got any TNA talents on AEW TV, nor to this day. So to briefly summarize this shit, the concept of this AEW National Championship is absolutely stupid. It's unnecessary, and it's not needed. You know, like who's asking for this? You know, is there someone on fucking social media be like, hey, we need a national championship here in AEW? And Con seen it, he was like, say less. I got you. I got the sickos because I'm a sicko. Is that what happened? Because otherwise, like, why is this happening? You know, why are we doing this? I don't know. I really don't. But this company will never learn. They'll never learn. You know. But that's all I gotta say about this shite. So now I want to hear from you guys. All right, how do you guys feel about the AEW National Championship coming on through at Full Gear? For it, or against it, or different, or do you believe that there's only one national championship and it belongs in the NWA? Y'all let me know. You know, you made it this far, God bless you. I truly appreciate it. Those who still sub to the channel, that like and comment and support me both on here and on Rumble. Alright, as far as what's next, probably knock out the Jinder Mahal shit, right? If I have enough time, gotta do some NWA this weekend. I don't think there's any pay-per-views that I'm aware of, but as of now, I wish enough for you guys' time. So with that said, be safe, be blessed, take care of yourself, protect yours, your loved ones, stay warm, stay dry, stay frosty, but most importantly, trust in God. God be with you. I'm out of here. Until next time, adios.